G'day, this is Lucia. Welcome to my art channel and thank you for being here. Today I'm wanting to finish a project that I started a little while ago. I had done a Dutch pour last year and it didn't work out, so I decided to do some play around with a few different things and they didn't work out either. So now I've gone back and I've decided that what I'm going to do, I've been watching a video while I was away. I was away for a week. I went on holidays and I was watching a video from, I think she pronounces Mii Painting, but it's Mii Painting on Instagram. And she does these abstract paintings with texture paste and coloured paint all over the place. And I thought, oh, that's really cool. I like that effect. Maybe I can bring this back from the dead by doing something like that. So that's what I'm going to try. I had already started with the texture paste when I did my last thing, but then I just went a little bit berserk and tried a few other things that didn't work. So I'm going to paint the flowers with white only because otherwise you can see when I put the colour on, I've already started painting. When you put the colour over this, you can see through it because the colours might be a bit transparent. So I'm just giving it a white, I might give it a couple of white layers, and then I'll come back and put the colours on there. And then once that's all done, then I'll go back and I'll do the texture paste, because the texture paste is the bit that takes the longest to dry. So I've just kind of outlined with gold where I'm going to put the texture paste, and I'm going to go and paint the rest around it. So that's what I'll be doing over the next hour or so, is painting the the flowers white, the background black, and then once the white dries, I'll start adding the colours. And then at the end, I'll add the texture paste and go over any bits that I've got, like there's some black on the gold there, and I'll fix them up after to see whether I can bring this painting back to life, because I kind of destroyed it trying to fix it. So anyway, that's what I'm going to be doing with this one. So here goes. I'm going to start with the white paint and paint over just the dots there. Doesn't have to be perfect, just as long as I cover the colour on the background so that when I do put the colour on, it doesn't pick up the colours on the back. So that's what I'm going to be doing for a little while. Now I know when Mii Paintings, or My Paintings, whatever you want to call her, she does the texture paste first, the outline with the texture paste, and then she comes back and paints. Let's see if I think I do need 2 coats of this, and then she'll come back and paint the colours on it. But because I've got the colours already underneath, I'm going to do it the opposite way. So it looks like it's going to need at least 2 layers before of white. So I'm going to do that. I might not film me doing all of that because it'll get boring. So I'll just do the first 2 flowers so you can see what I'm doing, and then I'll shut it off and I'll come back when I do the next step. Okay, and we're back. I've done the white. I've done it twice. Now I'm going to go in and do the black background, and then I'll come back and add the colour, because by then the white should be fully dry. And then I'll come back and do the texture paste. So, saying all that, let's get started with the black. I'm not sure how many times I have to do the black, but we'll wait and see. It's not so bad. In some areas, it's those ones that are going to be a little bit more difficult. And what I want to do is, once I've done the black, I want to go over it with the glitter paint just on the black area. So hopefully that'll work for me. The glitter paint has not worked in the past when I've gone back and tried it, or when I've mixed it with the paint. So this is why I'm not going to mix it this time. I'm going to do it, just go over it once the black is dry. So yeah, so that's what I'll be doing for a little while. Okay, the black's done. There's still some bits that are drying. So now I'm going to add a bit of the glitter paint to the black and see if it actually shows. It may not, or it may, and then again it might. So that's what my next task will be, is to add the glitter paint to the black area. Okay, I'm not sure whether you can see that, but I've actually finished putting the glitter paint on there. That's it. Now I'm going to let it dry, and then I'll come back and I'll add the colour to the flowers. And then once I've done that, then I will add the texture paste. So we'll be back shortly. G'day, we're back. I've painted it with white, and then I started putting the colours on. Unfortunately, they are transparent colours, and therefore I might have to give it a couple of layers before it covers it properly, but that's a start. So I might just do that. I'll start painting the colours on, just show you how I'm doing that, and then I will turn the camera off and finish it off and probably put a couple of layers on and then come back when I'm ready to put the gold on. I'll keep colouring them all in with the first coat. If I think they need a second coat like the red one does, I'll come back and give it a second coat, and then I'll come back and show you what I've done, and then we'll do the gold overlay. Okay, now as you can see, the red, I've given it 2 layers. The orange I think is only 1 layer, but it seems to be a bit more thicker and probably not as transparent as the other colours. So the purple and the pink are very transparent, so I'm going to have to go over those a few more times. I think I might do the red one more time. It's not bad. The orange will probably maybe one more time, and the yellow. But definitely the purple and the pink will have to be done a few times, and the green as well. So once that's saturated with colour and it's not transparent, I will then come back and add the gold 3D liner. So yeah, you can still see the beautiful glitter in the background. So it's still at the initial stages, but we will get there slowly but surely. And hopefully I can bring what's in my mind to fruition. So we'll be back soon. Okay, I've added quite a bit of depth to the colours here. I've just gone over them, particularly those which are transparent, like the pink, and I think the purple were particularly more transparent than the others. But I've just given them layer upon layer and added a few dark spots and a few light spots and mixed the colours up a bit just to give it a bit of depth. Once this dries, I will start with the 3D liner, and then I'll come back again after I've done that to see if there's anything else that I need to add. The green doesn't look all that great at the moment, but I'll do the I'll do the 3D liner first, and then I'll come back and maybe fix a few of the ones that need fixing. But that's where we're at the moment. Yeah, I'll be back. Okay, the paint's dried. So what I've done is I've gone around it with just a gold marker. And then what I'm going to do now is use the 3D gold liner and go over the gold bits so that they're raised to match the bits that are raised already on the canvas. And then I'll come back and give it a bit of a touch-up, and that should do it. So as you can see, those are the raised bits there. I've got to clean up as well because there's some paint on those. So what I'll do is, as I said, put the 3D liner over the gold marker so that it's all the same height as the bits that are there already. And we'll go from there. I'll be back. Now, the one I used previously on this canvas was the Tulip Metallics Dimensional Fabric Paint, and that's what I'm going to use to complete it. Hopefully I've got enough of it. Now, I probably should start with the centre ones first and squeeze it so that I'm just hoping I've got enough. That's it. one flower done. Yeah, I might do a little one on camera, and then I will go off camera and finish it, and then I'll come back after it's all done, because as I said, it's a pretty long process, and I'm sure you're going to be bored watching me just doing that. Hopefully I've got enough in this one now to keep going on this flower. Alright, yeah, I'll bring you down and show you those two, and that's what I'm going to keep doing with these. Hopefully, if I run out, I do have a different brand I can use. Okay, as you can see, that's the raised gold. Looks more like silver at the moment, but it's actually gold. It's just a slightly different gold, that's all, to the marker. But yeah, that's what it will look like once done. And I'll continue that with that now all over, and then I'll come back and show you the finished product. Nearly there. I've done quite a bit, as you can see. There is some touch-up that needs to be done once it's all completed, but nearly there. I've got a few more flowers to do on that side, and those little ones along there, and then I should be done. Here's the finished product as far as the gold 3D liner is concerned. So I'm going to wait till that dries, and then there are some touch-ups. There are some bits where the black have gone over the gold. There are some bits where the colour has gone onto the black where I've got to touch up. So I'll probably do that, do those little touch-ups, and then I'll show you the finished product. I'll be back. And we're back. I've decided that while I really love the bold colours in this, I do want to add a bit more bling. I'm thinking that if I mix the pigment paste with some Josonja varnish and add it to the bold colours here, it'll just give it a little bit of a lift. So these are the pigments I'm using. They're from Papermill and the Josonja Gloss Varnish. And mix them into a coloured varnish, and then I'm going to add them to each of the flowers just to give them a little bit of a bling. So hopefully this will work, and they'll look good. So I'm just going to get started, and I'll be back at the end of this to tell you what I'm up to next. Okay, I think I'm finished with that now. Just touching up a few of the little areas, the green leaf areas. And once I finish that, I'll let it dry, and then I will come back tomorrow and touch up the black area where it's missing some black paint, and then I'll go over it with the glitter again. And finally, I will go over the gold raised bits with the gold paint just on the areas that I might have got a little bit of the coloured paint on. And then that should do it. Yeah. So I'll show you, I'll give you a flyover now just to let you see up close the beautiful glitter in the, or the bling in the gloss varnish that I put on the flowers just to make them stand out a bit more. I think they look rather pretty actually. We'll be back again to finish this off finally. And we're back. Now I'm going to paint it over again with the glitter paint so that it's refreshed those areas that I just painted over with black. And then that will be it. This is the final step. So once I've done that, then the piece is complete. So I'm going to get on with this now and start painting, and I'll put some music on. And here she is in her full glory. I think she looks pretty cool actually. I love that glitter of the that I've just put on the black. That looks really cool. It'll probably dry a little matter, not as sparkly as it is there, but once I put a lacquer over the top of it, it'll probably bring that shine back forth. Yeah, I think it looks good. Some really pretty colours there, those mixing the colours together with the oranges and the yellows and the purples and the pinks and the reds and the pinks, and I think they look really, really good. Now you've got to remember that this one is a third time lucky attempt because it's already had a couple of layers underneath, which is why it's got that ripple effect through those flowers. So it's just the layers coming through. So this was a tester piece. So yeah, I like this concept. I like this method of artwork. So I might try this again at some stage, but I'll probably use a clean canvas and see what kind of effect I get there. So because as you can see there, you can still see the layers coming through from the underneath. But Anyway, I'm happy with this outcome. Yeah, so I'll probably do this again at some stage. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, share and subscribe, and hit that bell so you can be notified when I upload the next video. In the meantime, folks, I hope you've enjoyed it. Please let me know if you have, and I'll see you next week. Take care. Bye.